episode 3. So would you say? We've got it all figured out. We have a lovely cat in the room with us.
Yeah.
Chilling down here.
She's a princess.
She is a princess. She fits the princess archetype quite well.
And she's getting a bath today.
Yeah, I bet she's going to love getting a bath.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be really fucking excited, and it's gonna be a really fun experience for me.
I bet.
Oh,
Is she
okay.
going to claw you up?
No,
Okay, at least
she'll cry a lot though.
Shemel,
Yeah, literally.
Please, please, stop.
Why are you torturing me?
Yeah. It'll be hell on earth.
Dope.
All right, we're back.
Yeah. Welcome to So Would You Say, episode 3.
Dude, I'm sorry.
I'm the Vanilla Boy, spelled with an E, not an I.
And Days, spelled with a Z, not an S.
We're a little bit late today because we're lame.
Yeah.
This shit is blown out. Holy fuck.
Dude, do you want to talk at all for a second about the engagement we've been getting?
Oh yeah, we can do that.
It's actually quite lovely.
Dude, my bit rate is great right now. That's awesome.
I enjoy a lot when people comment and give their takes or add on to what we're talking about on here. I think it's sick. So I appreciate you guys stopping by and having things to say.
True. Yeah, I mean it's a lot easier to carry conversations when multiple people are asking questions and engaging. Literally,
They're great at staying on
you gotta be
topic.
fucking joking me, dude.
Dude, why
I'm
is
not signed in on YouTube apparently. I don't know why, but it's signed out all my fucking shit.
Nice, bro. Dude, TikTok.
Actually cannot
TikTok's
be-
going cool though. TikTok's pretty dope.
Yeah, cheese omelet and
Dude, we got cheese omelet, and that's sick. That's exciting.
got me losing my mind.
We have some important things to talk about today because we are part of the guys. The guys always have important things to say.
What the fuck is
Welcome to the live chat. I didn't join.
I
It says you joined. No, I didn't.
well, I guess I'm just gonna have to pay attention to my phone because
For YouTube comments?
yeah, the YouTube comment is not working. So
Fair enough.
I'll be vigilant.
Appreciate it. I mean, I can pull up something if you need me to pull up anything.
I mean, if you want to pull it up, you can. It'll just give us more clout. Hey, look, I joined.
Oh, dude, no. Yeah, you actually joined.
Uh,
On YouTube, you're saying?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull it up. I shall pull it up so we can see the comments. Will it expose the comments as soon as they start? Because there's no comments button
Did you click on it?
on the...
Yeah, click on the live.
All right, can I just
Yeah,
click?
click it. And then
Ugh.
more, I think.
I don't see no comments, bruh.
What the fuck is going on here? Please. Can you hit the live button?
I'll try. Kapow! No,
I
sorry.
want your. Okay. Is it not? Because you're on the YouTube app or some shit? Thanks
I-
for the like.
I have the...
Appreciate you.
Hey!
Sorry, we're
YouTube.
trying to get this figured out.
Yeah, I mean, you could drop the... Or actually, whenever you want to drop it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just drop it right now. So, for those of you who don't know what's going on here, we have multiple podcasts. Well, specifically, Days here has multiple podcasts. I only got 2.
I'm on my third.
Yeah, we all started off with the Conscious Cast, and then him and another one of our group, Seth AM, wanted to start their own podcast where they could talk about philosophy and science. And then me and Days decided that it would be good to start our own podcast and give our takes on. What would you say that we give takes on? Like, what is the genre of
Well,
conversation?
it's not a genre, but I would say it's very touchy subjects. It's very sensitive subjects.
Okay, sensitive subjects.
I would say that's what we delve in. We delve in the things that a lot of people don't want to talk about, especially with the life that we're trying to live, because I can just see the amp of the trajectory
Oh, yeah.
and where we're headed. So I know that every claim I'm making is going to be thrown back in my face.
Yeah, it's going to show back up on the internet at some point in time.
But it does not stop me from pointing out The Weeknd never doing an interview. It doesn't stop me from saying Sean O'Malley resembles the clown archetype until someone says I'm wrong. But yeah, I can already see the day when all of this shit blows up.
Yeah.
And something like SWYS helps me with making those claims. I think it's a great platform to just it offers a lot of room to maneuver. I have a lot of safe space.
Yeah.
To say a lot of shit.
It's gonna come back up in clips that you didn't even make.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna get added and
they're gonna be like, "Did you?" It's gonna be one of those Snapchat headlines where it's like, "They said what?"
Yes.
It's gonna be a stupid picture of your face.
Can't wait. Fight me, internet. Let's see it.
Alrighty. So, would you say that masculinity and femininity are of equal terms?
Okay. I think they are equally important, but I do not think that they in themselves are equal.
I would agree with that.
The value they represent is equal.
Explain.
The value that femininity provides is human life.
True.
They bear children for 9 months. They are to be protected. They are the vulnerable sex, as Jordan Peterson says.
Their bodies are nice catch.
Yeah.
Their bodies are built to develop based on childbearing.
Yeah, and then we've also said this: if all women vanished, men would die of boredom.
Oh yeah.
Men would die of depression and sorry.
No, I was cutting you off.
Just
I'm sorry.
Misery.
Yeah, I mean they would have no trajectory. There would not be any inspiration.
Yeah, you're building this empire, but like for what?
So that you and the other men can fight over it?
Yeah.
Fight over what?
What would you even fight about? What would even be important enough to fight over other than land, maybe? Land would probably be it.
Yeah, it'd be territory, but then we would all just kill each other and then we'd just be extinct.
Yeah. But then masculinity is very important as well because they're the ones that are going to go to war if there's a war out of nowhere. They're the front of the lines.
And they're going to build the civilization.
Yeah, they're going to build the buildings and they're going to
pave the roads.
They're going to make the technology and they're going to do all the shit that women shouldn't have to do. Let me say that first. That they should not. I like that they don't have to do that. That's great.
That's a great word choice.
Yeah, I think a girl, if you want to go in the sewers, which you don't, if you want to go in the sewers and clean up sewers, then by all means, if that's what makes you feel empowered, go do it.
Yeah, it's your prerogative.
But I'm convinced that's not what you want to do. I don't even think it's what you should be doing. I think a man is built for a job like that. I do not think a woman is. She should not have to do that. And if she doesn't want to.
I think it's important that because there's like a lot of narrative right now from men that are under the I'll just stay home and let her be the breadwinner and she should have to do all this since I have to do all this. And bro, you don't even like that. It doesn't feel good.
I'm going to say that I'm live on my Instagram.
Just having your girl pay for everything. It feels
demasculating.
Is it demasculating or emasculating? Hello.
I don't know. Maybe either one could work because D means take. I believe it means take away.
I just don't know if demasculating is actually a word.
It might be emasculating. I think you're right. I think it's emasculate. Oh, yeah. It says emasculates with an E. Deprive a man of his male role or identity.
Right. The fact that there's even a male role speaks.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because most people want to... you have an opinion about this right now?
Oh, hold on.
I didn't know that.
Abaddon, do you have something to say?
Abaddon has a lot to say.
Abaddon, what is it? Okay, she's just purring. And rubbing her head
statement
on the mic. Okay. Hey, guys, come join the live. It's a good time. At the Vanilla Boy spelled with a, what is it?
E.
Not a what?
I.
There we go.
Dude, I'm always on the, what is it? Not the receiving end of that.
Not the feminine end?
Yeah. I'm on the masculine end of that quote usually.
Yeah.
Whoa. She tried to get under my ass.
Speaking of which, actually no. Did you already answer your own? So what'd you say, or should I spit it back out?
I agreed with you.
Oh, okay.
I thought that the way that you worded it was pretty good. I believe that they both play roles, and a lot of people are trying to stray away from that right now because of the narrative of what's going on. But
they're trying to stray away from the fact that we're different.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
they want it to be like, oh well, if they can do that, then I can do that.
Which is fine.
Right.
That's fine. I believe it's cope. I don't believe that it's not. I don't think it's what you want to do.
I'm gonna make a claim.
Here we go. It's gonna get clipped one day.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind.
And I've like reworded the way I feel about this statement, but I think women shouldn't drive.
That's crazy. Okay.
And I say that because
I never agreed with this claim, but I do hear. I've heard you say it before.
when I say shouldn't, I don't mean that they literally can't drive.
Mm-hmm.
My mom drove me my whole life up until I was driving.
Same.
But when it comes to having to be under pressure like that all the time and making split decisions, they're just not as equipped with that ability. It's not to say that they can't do that, but when it comes down to it, it's like, who's going to be the best in that situation? I just don't think that they're going to be that. And it's funny because the girl that I'm talking to right now, she literally was like, yeah, I'm scared to drive. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
It reminds me of something that Tate said. He would bring this into any podcast for a while. He would say, if you were going to go through the eye of a hurricane in a plane, would you rather it be a male or a female pilot?
Mm-hmm.
And they were all like, do they have the same level of piloting? And he was like, does not matter. Would you rather have a man or a woman? Like, I don't care. I'll take the woman. And they're only saying that just to prove him wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would elaborate and he'd say, well, I'm convinced, or I believe that men have a better emotional control in a situation like that. And they could keep their wits about them in a dire moment better than a woman could.
So, while I would love to agree with that,
Oh, okay.
there's a part of me that when he says men are just better equipped with that, not all men.
Yeah.
Not all men are equipped with that because they do not take the time to get themselves adept in that area.
Yeah.
They are emotional. They're not decisive. And when I say women shouldn't drive, I'm saying that men should, but a lot of men would also react emotional, indecisive on the road.
I agree with that.
And that's the problem. We need more men that are going to be decisive and not emotional about things like that, so that women don't have to do things like that, because it's a lot of pressure on them to have to hold that frame.
Yeah. Would you say that the state society's in right now is the reason that men are becoming more incapable and emotional, or do you think that's always the case?
Yeah. I think a lot of what's driving society right now is like cancel culture and like the feminist movement, like LGBTQ is a very feminine movement.
Very open.
Yeah, it's very
receiving.
It's very, we're all equal. It's very emotional. There's
Very,
so much emotion going into it.
Very emotional.
And I'm not saying every single one of them. You know, there's part of the community that doesn't even agree with it.
Yes.
They just want to be gay and be happy with that, and that's fine.
Right.
But, yeah, I think the movement itself is very feminine-like. So, okay, hold on. Should we explain the difference between masculinity and femininity?
I think that's a great idea. And the best way that I could think about doing it is symbolically, as in, masculinity represents penetrating
Mm.
or giving, and femininity represents receiving or taking. What do you think? What yin and yang? Because we talked about this so much.
Are you saying like
the rock in the water?
Yeah, that's the point. That's the one I was gonna make.
Yeah.
Is the masculine is the rock in the waves,
Mm-hmm.
and the feminine is the chaos of the waves.
Oh yes, order and chaos.
Yes.
Yes, light
Yeah.
and dark.
Yes.
And now people are not gonna like that, but this has been said for years and years and years and years that men represent light and women represent darkness, because men represent order and women represent chaos.
And that's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I don't understand why it's such a big deal that is a thing. People are like, no, you can't say that because we're all human beings. We're all equal. Look at all the things that women have done. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see what women have done.
Yeah.
But I'm also seeing what women are doing. And I'm like shitting on men.
Oh, yes, regularly.
Like saying that they can do whatever men can do.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you can do what men can do, maybe you can't do it as efficient.
Yeah.
Or strongly, or whatever the case may be.
I don't think men and women's sports should intermesh.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It would be a slaughter.
Yeah,
And it's been proven.
Yes.
Already.
Yes.
We saw it happen, and it's just like, okay, well, we can't sit here and say that is ideal. And I know some people are going to have the argument of like, for example, if I was in the WNBA, I would just run that shit.
Demolish.
And people will probably be like, well, you're not even playing basketball. Like, you're not even blah, blah, blah. You're not in the NBA. And it's like, no, I didn't try to go to the NBA. So, no, I'm not in the NBA. And right now, I'd probably get cooked on the court by some females.
Fair, yeah, at first at least, yeah.
But if I trained the same exact way that these females were, I bet I would be better than them.
Yeah, there is a level of athleticism that a man is biologically built for and literally framed around, because that's how he gets his, for lack of a better term, I don't know if I want to use this term. That's how he is competitive, sexually especially.
Right. Is
the man that looks like he can protect and provide. And usually the man that looks like he can protect and provide has an, I'm going to use this word that you use, has an apparatus of skills. He has a bunch of skills, and he's good at a number of things. And women recognize that in his biology, and they go towards that man, the one that represents competence and confidence.
It's like you guys talking about, what was it? You guys talked about diet?
Yeah, last week.
On Matter of Fact?
Yeah, we talked about physical fitness this week, but diet was still a pretty big aspect in it.
Yeah, I guess I was trying to lead into you guys talking about physical fitness, because that's what you're saying is attracting these women. And if that is what's attracting women, not to say that's literally the only quality, but it does give off a lot of success vibes.
Yeah.
If you're physically fit and healthy, it looks like you're taking care of yourself. It looks like you're moving in a direction that is going to get you somewhere.
Yes. It looks like you have discipline.
And they can smell that.
Oh, yeah.
But when men look at women, and I know there are some men out there that would disagree with this because I think they're brainwashed, but when men look at women and their shoulders are gigantic and their biceps are huge and they have no chest because they've been working out their pecs, I just don't think that they're like, oh my God, what an attractive specimen.
You know the narrative on that, right?
What?
If you do not find a girl like that attractive, it's because you're insecure in your masculinity.
Cap.
And she's intimidating your masculinity. No, it's because I'm not attracted to masculinity.
Yeah, facts. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like, this is masculinity. I don't want that in a girl.
I'm not trying to find a girl that could beat me up.
I want a fit girl.
Yeah, for sure.
She could have some toned everything. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great. But
I'm not saying just don't work out.
yeah, but you don't need to be buff. That's my job.
Yeah.
I'll get buff.
It's like, dude, what's her fucking name? Haley?
Who I was with?
No, she worked at Planet Fitness.
Oh, yes.
She's like bodybuilding.
Yes.
And it's like,
Good on her.
yeah, I mean, good for you. But the farther down that line she's went, the less and less attractive she's become.
Yeah, at least
me personally.
I would say to the majority amount of men, I would say. I think that we're wired that way. We look for feminine qualities. Maybe not all of us. Maybe some of us are sexually attracted to different things. That's fine. But the average masculine man is looking for the average feminine woman.
If you're looking to have kids, that is not the qualities that you need.
Yeah, that doesn't look like what I would be looking for a woman to bear a child.
Well, Seth was explaining it to me yesterday. Shout out to Seth AM.
Yeah.
I was talking about Gabby gaining weight near the end. And he was like, well, when women are having sex all the time, their body starts releasing more estrogen.
Yes.
To get them more.
I heard him say that.
More ready to have a child, to bear a child. And how is that not a testament to women needing that body type to sustain a healthy child?
Yeah.
When they're developing it.
I do not know if they need it, but if biology is the best course, which it probably is, then I hear what you're saying. If that's what we're attracted to naturally, and I've heard this from multiple different scientists and biologists, men like to wide hips, and this is for having a child with them. Mm-hmm. It's wide hips, and I do not remember if they said this, but I think it was waist to shoulder ratio. I think it was
as in
like how broad their shoulders are versus how skinny their waist is. I think is another thing that we pay attention to. And then women do the same thing to men, but on the opposite end.
Right.
They want their shoulders to go past their torso.
They want their shoulders to be broad.
Yeah, that represents a masculine body type.
It's funny that you say hips. Me and Seth, maybe? Or maybe you were there too, when we were helping my grandma for like the first time.
The first time? I think so.
She was talking about, we were in the building for some reason. She was like going through my grandpa's things and showing us all these pictures that he had. Were you there for that? Of all the women?
I think I heard you guys talking about it. I don't think I've seen it.
She brought up baby making hips.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
yes,
she was literally
there.
saying
yes.
women have hips based on being able to bear children because you're carrying a lot of weight in your like abdomen area.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
So your hips need to be wider, stronger.
Yes. More sturdy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like my hips are not meant to bear children.
Yeah. I have nothing going on to bear a child.
And this is where I don't understand. Instead of men standing up and being like, no, we're not equal. We all play a role. And we just need to accept that about ourselves. They're like, oh, well, okay then. If we're all going to be equal, I'm just going to stay home and fuck off. And you can pay the bills, and you can go out, and you can do this, and you can do that. And it's like, that's not helping either.
Yeah.
That is not helping.
Yeah. You're going in the opposite direction.
You're proving their point. You're making it like that. That is the way we're headed right now.
Yeah, the idea right now is that women can't trust the average man because the average man does not know what the fuck he's doing.
They're a joke.
And I was getting ready to say, and I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree that the average man doesn't know what he's doing right now.
Dude, what were me and Seth talking about last night? There was something along those lines of like, is it the average man that is ruining this? And I think it is.
Yeah, he's not doing his due diligence in any way.
We are like fucked right now
Yeah.
because
The average person does no due diligence.
no.
At all.
Why would they? The internet feeds them anything that they want to hear.
And you need due diligence to slice through
Yes.
all that bullshit.
You can't just watch the internet and expect to just know everything.
Yeah, you need to really know what you're being fed on a daily basis. And I'm still guilty of doom scrolling. I do that shit.
Yeah, same.
I'm guilty.
But I'm also capable of being like, I'm doom scrolling.
Yes, I'm able to look at myself and be
What am I doing
honest.
right now? Yeah.
I can say, wow. I am willing not to bring Hollywood into this again, but I am willing to point the finger at Hollywood for some of this.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying to make money. They're pushing an agenda because it's profitable right now, and everybody's hopping ship for this new.
Episode 2 was about agendas.
Oh yes, episode 2 was about agendas.
Shout out to last
and
episode.
I thought you were replying to a comment.
No.
But
I wish.
we talked about Hollywood. We talked about how the average Hollywood actor is bought and sold. And they can only say XYZ, and if they go outside of XYZ, Hollywood will ruin them and do anything in their power to get them in trouble.
Literally.
So given all these high prolific actors that everybody knows of, that we already touched on last episode, Kevin Hart's an example, just to throw one out there. He's not the absolute best example, but he's a pretty good example.
Yeah.
But
I was gonna say, I've heard him talk about. Well, maybe not actually. I might.
There's
be
another thing
myself.
that Tate did. It was really funny. It was he drew a line, 2 lines, and it said either wear a dress or lose everything. I think was what the other one was, and that's like the blackmail.
Yeah.
It's like the domino effect of Hollywood is they're gonna put a man in a dress eventually.
Mm-hmm.
The Rock been in a dress. Kevin Hart, pretty sure he's been in a dress.
Oh yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
He's like the butt of the joke in all
Yes,
his movies that he
he's been
does.
in a dress.
Fucking
John Cena, been in a dress.
Harry Styles. Been
Harry
in a dress.
Styles. I feel like he's
Kid Cudi?
Kid
Been in a
Cudi's
dress.
been in a dress. Okay. So yeah, he pointed that out, which I thought was pretty fascinating. So now we have all these huge Hollywood actors with all these blockbuster films that people are hearing about because they have big names associated to them.
And their life is built around that, so they need to keep doing that to
Yes.
sustain the life they're living.
And they are digging their grave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're already so deep, there's not much they can do. Diddy was a good example of that.
Right.
People say not people. I've heard that Diddy got in trouble because he had already sealed his fate and been too deep in the grave, and then he said the wrong thing to the wrong person, and then they just
Blew it all open to the public.
said, "Okay, well, you're a pedophile. Did you forget about that?" We'll tell everybody.
I don't think that you did.
Yeah.
Dude, the internet almost got me last night. I opened a reel, and it was like 5 famous actors that have fled the country since Diddy. And I was like,
You said the busy.
get out of here, bro.
Super busy.
Nice try, Diddy.
And all these kids are watching these movies too.
Yes.
And all these shows. So we are an interesting generation because we were literally me closer than you, but we're close to being susceptible to the lifestyle.
We were at the transition period.
Yes, we were just outside of it enough to realize that something was changing.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to be like, something about this feels very new and not really tried out yet. That's how I felt about transgenderism, because people were starting to transition, not the
chopping off
not
their
the
dick
surgical way.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that shit was legal yet for kids to do it, and I was still in high school. But we got a scary gangster in here.
Hell yeah.
Chill, bro. But
I'm scared.
yeah, but boys wanted to look like girls and girls wanted to look like boys, and I know that in the 80s and 90s that was somewhat prevalent. There's certain celebrities that were kind of playing with that, but for the most part, when I was in kindergarten all the way up to high school, I didn't see that once. Now I'm in high school and it's, I don't know, 10% of people
Yeah.
are playing around, and now they're forming their little cliques, and everybody else is the problem. We should be allowed to do this. So your whole ideology is based on everyone else being the problem.
Mhm.
I'm not saying that that's why everyone goes into transgenderism, but I will say at least that's the tone that the kids in my high school were holding about it.
Do you think some of it is for attention?
Oh my God, dude. Me and Seth have had that lengthy conversations about this. I am convinced a lot of it's for attention.
I could see that.
I say a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean majority. Over 50%.
What percentage would you say?
60 to 70.
I could see that being the case.
And it's the reason I say that, and I know that I could get in just the utmost fucking trouble for this. I can't wait. Is because here, and before I even started saying this about transgenderism, I just said this in general. Is people want to have an opinion so bad.
Oh, yeah.
It's so important for someone to have an opinion. They want to have the most tangible form of an identity that they can have.
Because then that's what everybody latches onto.
Yes, and they want it to be righteous. They want it to feel righteous because it validates them. It makes them feel great. And a great example that I can think of is the Free Palestine people that were walking around in Columbus, blocking the street. So now not only do you have an opinion, but it has to be so loud that it disrupts everyone around you. That's how important you want to feel in that moment.
Yep.
And I say important because when I look someone dead in their eyes that's a part of this, they just bust out laughing. They can't even keep their stoicism about the statement they're making.
There's not a lot of information being put behind them having that stance. They're not going and doing all the research that they could to find out the right answers. They're watching something that says Free Palestine, and it will be like, did you know this is going on over here? Like, you should understand what's going on. You should understand is what they're saying.
Yes.
And then if they like it, then another one will pop up.
Yes.
And it'll only be saying Free Palestine.
Yes.
There's no other side to it.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that every single person in this movement has not done their due diligence, but I would say a lot of them have not.
Yeah, I would agree. I think people are more worried about having an opinion than they are about doing their
And
due
feeling
diligence.
included.
Feeling included is great. That's another thing that makes me feel like transgenderism is a lot for attention.
It's so accepted.
Yeah,
and everybody's going to be like, oh my God, great.
Yes.
Great for you.
Yes.
Great for you. And people that don't do anything with their life will get to the point where they start doing drastic things for attention because they're just not getting it.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to be ignored. Nobody wants to be
Facts.
just isolated from the entire world because the world hates them. Nobody wants that. You can choose isolation, but nobody just wants to be isolated. So if the movement is everybody's gay and transgender and lesbian and everyone has to accept that,
that's a very comfortable movement
to
jump into.
Then you can just jump in and everybody has to accept you. They can't have an opinion on you that's negative, because if they do, then you can use...
They're a hypocrite.
Yes.
They're so open that now they're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
There was this interesting point. This, not to go too far off track, this is the last point I'll make on this topic if we want to go back to masculine and feminine. But I think Tom McDonald said it. He said the woke movement or the liberals are all for freedom of expression in every way and being completely open, unless you're a Christian or a conservative.
Right.
Now they're not open
unless
anymore.
you're against them.
Yes.
Then they are not open to that.
Yes. Now we're the part of the problem. We're the bigots that are not accepting their ideology. And now you're not accepting my ideology.
Yeah, dude, there was something I was thinking about. I can't remember if it was last night or what, but I remember it being like, okay, if I want to hold the stance of something is incorrect, and I just truly believe that it's obvious that it's incorrect, I still can't be like, you can't defend that.
What do you mean?
Like, you can't. For something to be objectively correct, there has to be another side that you're debating.
Oh, okay.
And so,
an opposing force?
Yeah, so there's nothing that is saying that I have to tell everybody to shut up and that they can't defend anything they think of.
True.
Because then I'm being closed-minded.
True.
And I'm like, okay, maybe there's something I missed.
I would totally agree. And me and Seth have endless we had a discussion like that last night. Because I like to confront myself about claims that I make.
Fair.
Because I want to find the line genuinely. I don't want to just... Because, of course, I'm having an absolute blast saying all atheists are fat. It's fantastic. I love it. But I have to register when it's irony and when I'm making a intellectual stance.
Mm.
all atheists are fat is not a intellectual stance, because not every atheist I've seen is fat. Every atheist I have seen is unhealthy, though. At least in my definitions of health. Would you say someone that's healthy should have, or at least display on a somewhat consistent basis, vigor and animation, movement?
If they were healthy?
Yes.
I
think vigor.
Are you saying like while they're talking or just in general?
How they walk, how they talk.
Yeah.
I think that they should have some vigor in their presence.
So I was talking to Seth about this yesterday. Seth's getting a lot of fucking clout right now.
Yeah, he is.
When I was in the gas station, I was standing behind this guy, and I see this girl walking up. I'm not necessarily attracted to her, but I'm just like noticing. And she sees us. She does the hair flip, and then she never comes inside. I was like, okay, whatever. It's not really relevant, but I was noticing that she was noticing.
Mm-hmm.
So now I start analyzing what she's seeing.
Oh, yeah, you try to look at it from the outside.
Yeah, I'm like, what is she looking at? And I'm looking at myself. I'm like, what do I look like?
Dude, we were called hot, too.
True.
Yeah.
My shirt was a little bit baggy, so you can't really see the definition of my body. And
beanie.
Yeah, I had a beanie on. But I'm standing straight up.
Yeah.
My back is straight. I'm not huge, but I'm also not skinny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like lean.
Mm-hmm.
The guy in front of me, shorter than me, not by much.
Fair.
But he was about the same stature.
Mm.
But he's standing like this.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you look less, first of all, threatening.
Capable?
Yeah, capable.
You look like you would crumble if anything approached you.
If you're already doing this, this is defensive.
It's very defensive.
To curl up inside of yourself is defensive.
Yeah, you're almost saying don't bother me.
If you're standing up straight, you're opening your chest, which is vulnerable.
You're alert.
Yeah, you're more adept at movement.
Mm-hmm.
Off of the instant that you need to move.
Mm-hmm. But there's this guy on YouTube who is an atheist, and he's young. He's about my age. The health is so tricky on this guy because he looks pale as fuck and lethargic. Well, no, different kind of like sick pale, sickly pale.
All the time?
And how he talks. Like I was watching this video of him yesterday, and he had some hand movements. I was like, wow, I didn't know he was capable of that. I didn't know he was an atheist, but he I'm gonna say it like this, and maybe I'll be proven wrong eventually, but he's too elegant for vigor. I think he looks down on it.
He looks down on vigor?
On vigor, yes, because I think that what he sees is you're playing into something that's not real. So I don't know how to put it. I don't know the most about him. I've only watched a few videos on him, but he's very gung-ho on atheism prevailing. He will sit there and debate and logically attempt to take away from religion, which is fine because he makes great points. I'm not even here to say he's not making great points, but his character is not a great point.
Yeah,
the energy in his body, not convincing.
You're not. And would you say this is a masculine quality to uphold your image in a healthy way that looks like you could take on a challenge if somebody presented it to you and it was life or death?
Yes, I think that a masculine man is seen as brave. I think bravery is a masculine quality. Mm-hmm. That's not to say a woman can't be brave.
True.
That's not what I'm saying.
Do you think their bravery is the same?
No, I don't think a woman should have to. It's not to say she never would, but I do not picture a woman running into a burning building. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want her to do it. So bravery is what? Taylor?
Jesus.
Bravery for them would be
willing to have a child?
Yeah, I mean, that's bravery. It's going to hurt.
First of all, if you have never had a child, you don't know what it's like.
Yeah, it's intimidating.
I mean, you can see other women have children, but
Yeah.
you can't know what it feels like in your body to have a child. It's, and I don't know for sure. This is just what I've seen and heard. But it seems as though it almost malnourishes you because you're giving so much of yourself to the child so it can grow. So women will need, like, I think that the cravings of food are a testament to how much your body is reacting to the living being that is just growing inside of you. Like, do you know what I mean by like cravings?
Yeah, because they have those weird. My mom had them when she was pregnant with me. She would love something at Burger King. Burger King's like cakes. They used to sell cakes.
It's like
or
so
something.
specific.
Yeah, it's very.
It's
specific.
the weirdest thing, bro.
I don't know.
Like a girl that doesn't like pickles could all of a sudden just be craving pickles constantly.
Yes. Just out the jar by themselves. Yeah. Yes.
That shit's crazy.
I think it's fascinating.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking fascinating.
Men aren't doing that.
No, men are not doing that. Men are honestly from the sidelines being like,
what the
I
fuck?
thought you hated pickles.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Since when do you like pickles?
Which is a testament to their chaos.
True.
They're just chaotic.
They don't have to be able to defend it. Doesn't matter. If a girl likes pickles, she would like.
That's just what it is.
She wants to eat pickles.
Yeah.
Good on her.
Men would have to tell you why eating pickles is healthy and
or he'll fail the shit test and look stupid and be less respected because of it.
So
isn't that crazy?
You said shit test.
Yes.
Do you want to explain that?
Yeah, a shit test. Let's give the feminine and the masculine their own roles in this. So you remember how women receive and men give? When it comes to shit tests, women give shit tests, men receive shit tests. But men have to give themselves to accomplish said shit test, and a woman has to receive his reaction or response to the shit test, which is always happening in very subtle ways. I'm trying to think of a clean-cut example that I have personally went through. One time, we went to the store, me and my ex. We came home, and she was like, "Hey, I don't know if you've seen it, but because there's like this health stigma between me and her at this point, because I'm all about health. I always have been for about 5 years now. That's all I've really been worried about is health. So I'm talking to her about health.
As you should.
Right. And so now she's holding a frame on it, and she doesn't want to be judged, right? So we're carrying trash or grocery bags into the house, and she's like, "I don't know if you saw, but I got chocolate, and I just don't want you to be blah, 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 blah." And I did not stand on my frame. And I said, "If you want chocolate, you can eat chocolate." And she was like, "You're an asshole." And I was so mind-boggled.
Yeah, it's like,
I
how?
was confused. I think it made more sense in her mind for me to stand on the health front that I've already said.
Yeah, her getting the chocolate was not about her actually wanting chocolate. Her getting the chocolate was to see if everything that you'd said up to that point was even real, so that she should be worried about getting chocolate.
And, sorry, do you have more?
No, I was...
And it's not even like I'm necessarily going against my frame entirely if I say if you want chocolate, you can have chocolate.
You're still being healthy.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I was kind of putting it onto her.
Fair.
Now, one chocolate bar is not going to kill her.
Right.
I'm like, if you want chocolate, you can have fucking chocolate.
Right.
But I guess I could have maneuvered in a way that standed more solidly on the foundation. Yes, that stood more solidly on the foundation. I already, because she wants something concrete.
Yes.
This I've been mind-boggled, not to reuse the same words, by the memes that women always get with bums. And then I would pay attention to the guys that girls liked, and it was very true. Girls like bums. And the reason girls like bums, this is my hypothesis, is because a bum represents something concrete. You can kind of guess what a bum is, what they are like, and it was... And I can only say that from experience because I played a beach bum, and all I had to do was play the part.
Do you think 4444?
Nice.
Do you think that it's the fact that you were a bum, or
that one's so tricky?
is it the character you're selling and how well you're doing it?
Yes, and it's crazy too because I'm putting days in there as well. Because when I'm brought a sign that says "Get some money for this broke ass cracker," I don't act like a broke ass cracker.
Right.
Other than
You're carrying around a change cup.
Yes,
like shaking it.
Yes. But I hand the sign back and I'm like, "Hey, I appreciate you making this. Go make me some money." Like that's the frame that I put on it now.
You're playing like a joke.
Yes.
Out, and I was just thinking about it when you said that because I was like, was I really selling my part?
No, I just think you already have a well-established character aside from.
I'm saying, was the thing I dressed up as what in that moment was I playing that part? And I was thinking back to the night, and there was multiple times where I'm just like,
yes.
And I kept saying, you better hope I don't catch you out in the street because I'm a retro Street Fighter.
So now you're fitting the thing that you visually represent. Which is what girls want.
Exactly.
Girls want that. Which
is why when you're not at Halloween, you should be representing the costume you're wearing all the time. Mm-hmm. That's what the shit test is for, is to see if it's just a costume. Mm-hmm. If you were like, I'm a beach bum, and you just wore that every day,
yeah,
women would start being like, but you live in a house.
Yeah.
But you drive around in a car.
Yeah, you're not fitting the beach bum. When have you gone to the beach?
Yeah.
You're not a beach bum. You're a bum.
Yeah. And then if I want to be like, I'm successful, I'm going to be famous, mm-hmm. I make music, mm-hmm. I'm a musician, I have to stand on those things and show that I'm doing that. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to find the clean-cut lines as to what my character is and what it represents, and I'm honestly glad that we talked about this to the point of me bringing up my ex, the scenario. Because honestly, one of my pillars, or at least something that I can stand on as a masculine frame, is health. Mm-hmm. That would be one thing that I think that I could embody more than I do. Also, I don't think debate is right, but logical... Because you do this a shit ton. Everything that comes out of my mouth should be logical. And if it's not, it will be confronted. Mm. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I would say that's something that I am slowly but surely becoming more foundational on.
Like you're more foundational of everything that you say is logical, or you expect that from...
Just analyzing everything being said. How logical is everything being said?
Whether it's you or not.
That's the way I was able to maneuver the sign thing so well. Because I was throwing logic in her face, bro. She could not hang. She just couldn't. I was like, she was like, well, I don't want to make you money. I don't care that much. I'm like, you care enough to make a sign? Like, yeah. Go do it. Now she has no argument.
And then she's getting you $3 in the cup.
Yeah, that's right. She ripped one of them.
Of course. But
fuck her. You didn't have to do that.
It's crazy because what you were just saying reminded me of another masculine-feminine dynamic, and that is patience.
Explain.
Men are patients, women are impatients.
Men have to be patient if they're going to be successful.
They need to be able to withstand the test of time.
Yes.
And if, for anybody that's watching this, specifically men, if you are...
No women allowed.
If you are dealing with women on a regular basis, they will try to test how long you can hold out on a stance you've made.
Yes.
They will be testing it until the end of time, until they are finally convinced that that test just doesn't work on you.
Is it a lack of trust?
For them?
Yeah, is that why they do it? Or is it a lack of excitement and they want something solid?
I feel like it stems from a lack of trust, but I don't think it's literally they just don't trust you. I think that for their survivability, they have to constantly make sure that you're still the one. Because men, well, actually all people are good at giving facades.
Facts.
And so men can put up the facade of being masculine and then come to find out 3 months into the relationship, when the women start shit testing them really hard on the things that they've said but they're not following through with, because they're noticing along the way, because it's the longer you hang out with somebody, the harder it is to hide.
They're so meticulous.
Oh yeah.
They'll wait until the moment is hot, and then they'll like throw the shit in your face.
I saw a clip of the Whatever podcast last night, and this girl was like, wouldn't you want to be vulnerable with your woman? And he was like, if I could control it, no. Which is a great statement.
That's an interesting stance.
Because being vulnerable with somebody that you're around regularly is impossible to avoid, I think. You can't just not be yourself around them.
Yeah, some degree of vulnerability is necessary.
It has to come out.
Yes.
However, women and feminine men will utilize that against you.
Oh, your vulnerability?
They will line it up with as ammunition.
Mm.
If I was to tell a girl that I was trying to think of an example.
What, a vulnerable example?
Like if I was like, I'm a mama's boy.
Oh.
Because I just love my mom.
I had
and
fake hair for 4 years.
If you told them that but you still had it,
Yeah.
they would probably shit test you on that.
Yeah.
Especially if you were like saying things confidently, I could see them being like,
yeah, but isn't your hair?
Yeah, you're so confident, but then your hair is fake.
Yes, that was my demon when I had it.
And they will.
Can't say nothing now.
That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
That's not bad. It's not bad that they would do that because it gets them the best man.
Yeah, they're trying. Yes.
That's important. It's important for them to have the best man. Me and Seth were talking about guiding women because they want to be guided. We are the light.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about, well, right now, I'm not the best man. I'm not in the situation that I should be. I'm not in... the monetary value that I have is not where it should be. And I was like, well, do you think that women can sense trajectory?
We've talked about this a lot.
Right. And I feel like up until recently, your stance was very...
they're blind to it.
Yeah, they can't see it. They won't come around.
They're completely blind to it. Yeah.
And I don't think that's the case. And I think that you're now proving that.
Do you think you have to have a well-established, already proven trajectory for them to sense it?
Yeah, you can't just be like, you've done nothing, and then you're like, I'm going to be famous one day.
I'm going to write every day.
But
be a great speaker.
When we're like, we're going to be famous, we're going to be in the public eye, we're going to be musicians, we're going to be blah, 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 XYZ. Mm-hmm. We're doing the podcast. We're doing multiple podcasts.
Yep.
We make music.
Yep.
We do the things that we say we're doing.
Yep.
So then when they see it firsthand, they're like, oh, they're really doing it.
Yes. True.
It's the point I was making about Gabby last night. When I say, I want to take you with me to Nashville because I want you to be in my life, and then I move and I don't go to Nashville, I'm not in a house anymore. We just had a big-ass house. Mm-hmm. It was shitty, but we had a big-ass house. Mm-hmm. So then when we downgrade to our hometown in an apartment that doesn't even have enough bedrooms for everybody, her perception of me is just shattered. It is completely shattered. It doesn't matter what I've done or proven up to that point because now I'm not standing on my word.
It's so interesting because all of that is going to turn around.
Of course. Once she sees it and because when we're saying, like, are they blind to trajectory? She's blind in that sense because I've put so many blinders in her way.
Yeah, you put the trajectory up here.
Yeah, like, I know what I'm doing.
Of course.
But
honestly, we've had a lot of opportunities since coming here.
Oh yeah, I mean,
That's not to say we wouldn't in Nashville, because I'm sure we would. But
right, we would have figured it out, but we would not have been able to.
we're finessing.
Yes,
We're finessing hardcore here.
we would not be able to not have a job
Yeah.
unless some random ass shit happened.
Yeah.
We would.
It'd have to be really extreme.
Yeah, we would not be as accessible to Keaton and Alyssa. We would not be doing the
True.
podcast every Thursday.
True.
Like,
And we have all the time in the world to do other podcasts.
and I'm not saying that I don't still want to go to Nashville, but
I would love to.
I am appreciative of everything that I've received from this shitty ass time in my life.
I respect you saying shitty ass time in my life, because holy fuck, I'm probably exaggerating, but it felt like I was on the brink of insanity.
Dude, how long have we been here? 4 months?
Yeah, only 4 months.
Dude, it feels like a year.
August, September, October. No, 3.5.
It feels like a fucking year that we've been here. It's seemed so long.
Yeah.
And I think that's because it took so long to get out the gate. Like, when we first moved here, we were like, okay, we're kind of optimistic. A lot of in me was skeptical, but I was still trying to hold optimism. And then, like, a month went by, and the jobs just dwindled down to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was happy. We had a bunch of lines that we didn't even know that we needed to establish.
A bunch of tangle
knots.
knots.
And it's a masculine quality to want to untangle them
Yes.
instead of sideways make comments about them.
Yes.
If Seth was a girl and we had the conversation about...
Talking about in the car.
Yeah.
The conversation about resentment building up.
Yes.
About how household chores or household...
habits.
Yeah, habits, that's great, are held.
I think that it would have went way longer. I think a lot more...
You would have had to break through 300 things of ice.
I would have had to figure it out on my
Yes,
own. I
it
would
would
not
have
have been
all-
able to
yes.
have him come and tell me that.
Do you think it's because they genuinely don't know, or they don't possess the bravery to just say it outright?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Fair.
I think they are... I saw this thing one time, this girl I was talking to, she has a kid, and her bio said, I don't have a nervous system, I am a nervous system. I was like...
Facts.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Women have anxiety to protect themselves.
Yes.
Same with men. Men also have anxiety, and there's a part of it that is to protect yourself. All of the conversation that we were having yesterday was paranoia based.
Conversation we were having yesterday?
Yeah, about the girls.
Oh, yes.
And I'm willing to, with all the conversations that we've had about paranoia, I'm willing to tap into that because I understand where paranoia stems from.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, these girls could just lie.
Yep.
They could just lie and say whatever they want about us, and then we have to find a way to defend that.
Yep.
And at one point, it's going to be we have to find a way to defend that in the public eye.
It's working against us already.
Of course.
Already.
Of course. But that's what makes a strong man. It's tough times.
Definitely. Well, right. This is what does make a strong man, because I was given an interesting opportunity, but I decided to not take it for now.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a display of manhood.
You're willing
The
to...
test of time.
Yeah, you're willing to wait her out because
Yeah.
she thinks that she can get you to not wait.
No, absolutely not.
And you are like, okay, well, good try, but I'm just stronger than that.
Yes.
It was like really prevalent when she was like, hey, this is me, because she's friends with the girl that I'm fucking around with right now.
Yeah.
And she's like, the girl that I'm talking to was like, we should all hang out sometime. And you'd already made the stance that I'm not going to hang out with her for a while. And then I was like, yeah, and whenever you said that we were going to hang out, and then she gets on the phone and she's like, hey, it's me, and I'm going to break him before that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Good luck.
Do you think it's hurting or helping me
What?
that I'm waiting?
I think it's helping you.
I did too. I didn't know if it would be too... Like, the desire doesn't seem like it's there.
It's enticing.
Fair.
If you're still like talking to her,
Yeah.
you're keeping her. You're playing.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing.
Fair.
And when she is playing with you, of course she's like, yeah, I'm going to break him. But if you stand on it and then you follow through, she's going to be like, oh, my God.
Fair.
Who is this guy?
Yeah, it's different because temptation is very real.
Oh, yeah.
And what's a harder temptation than that?
Right.
I mean, you seen it in me. Like I was skeptical, but I still made a decision.
Yeah. I saw this image yesterday, and it was a guy running towards like money and cars and success, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And in between him and success, and he's running,
Is it a woman?
there's a gigantic pit, and it says vagina. And it's like, bro, so many men fall into that.
Dude, it's hard.
So many.
It's difficult.
It's
not
very
to.
difficult. And that's why women utilize it.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Because I have yet to be in the position where I am in abundance of every sort.
Right.
So yeah, it's real easy for me right now to be like, I'm on my grind. I'm trying to get out of the situation I'm in. You can't distract me. Yes, I would love to have you. Do not worry about that. That's there. But I have to do other shit if I'm going to have the life that I want to live. If I was already in a mansion, if I was already had a Lambo parked out front, if I already had all the friends that I needed and all the consistent work on a weekly basis to make the money, is the temptation going to grow?
Or maybe the not work.
Yeah, even worse.
Because
I have
it's
more
just
time.
generating itself.
So is the temptation going to be harder?
For
Like, am I going to want to just be in a woman's arms at all times? No, she's in my arms, but is that what I'm just going to want to do all the time?
I think that no matter where you're at in life, until you're probably like 70,
I'm not going to chill.
you're gonna have some kind of task that you want to do.
Oh,
whether
fair.
that be learning a new instrument,
Yes,
whether
yes.
that be finding out, studying a new philosopher
Definitely.
that maybe just reared its head all of a sudden. You know, I think that's another super important masculine quality is to
Consistency?
yes, but I think more so what I'm getting at is to have a drive, to have goals set for yourself no matter where you're at. It's like if I'm rich as fuck, once I get all the money, bro, I'm going to make hella music videos.
Fair. Like old songs?
Yeah.
Fair.
I love making music videos, and I've had so many ideas that I haven't been able to capitalize on because I just don't have the resources. I will say that Pickett convinced me of a lot of things that are not true,
Yeah.
and I've been showing that
Limited mindset.
where, dude, me and Seth made 3 different videos for That Feeling.
Yep.
It's not a music video, but we made videos,
It's content.
and we were just doing whatever.
Yeah.
Like there was an outer bubble of idea around it. Like we weren't like trying to be in the snow.
Yeah.
We wanted like bright days because it's a very bright song and fun. But other than that, it was like whatever we can find to do. One of them were just walking. That's it. So I think I was more capable of doing the things that I wanted to do, but I let him stunt that in me. I let him do that.
Fair. That's honest of you to say.
And but yeah, when I have like dude, I wanted to make the album a music movie. Like I wanted it to be just a music video for every single song that led into itself, and it was a full length thing. That would have been a short film because it's 30 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not including any like side skits I have in between going on to transition or whatever. And I am just very interested in making music videos, I guess. There's a better word for that.
Well, you made me think about something. Masculinity being decisive.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the importance of being decisive is, and what is being decisive?
It's a survival instinct.
Mm.
It is making you act in an instant.
Mm.
Being decisive is being able to make a decision on the spot while being able to run all of the possibilities in your head in an instant.
Mm.
If you have experienced a bunch of things, you will become more and more adept to just giving answers off the top of your head and making like, okay, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
And when you don't do anything, that decision-making skill just goes out the window.
And you need it.
Yeah, it's important, especially if you're going to be a leader, which men should be. And it boils down to life and death. If somebody comes into your house threatening the people in it, there should be no indecisiveness.
Mm.
There should not be a single ounce of, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
Because that's going to get you killed.
Yeah, you just need to act.
That's going to get you killed.
Yes.
And while life is not that drastic all the time, especially now because we've put in so many safety nets as society,
yes,
that it's now becoming more intellectually driven. That decisiveness just needs to be your intellect.
Do you think it's hard for people to decide when they have things like TikTok and internet? We're just being spoon-fed everything.
Oh, yeah.
So how are they going to make it? Everything's being decided.
Yeah, they don't have to make decisions.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with the youth, is that they're so susceptible to that. Especially when I have serious beef with parents that just give kids tablets to shut them up, or their phone.
Yep.
Because what that's teaching them is what's on the screen is the way to happiness, because it's stimulating.
Mm-hmm.
Anything stimulating is good.
Mm-hmm.
And
anything distracting.
Yes, anything that can take you away from the real world will be the benefit of getting out of your problems. So when kids grow up like that, they're constantly on TikTok, they're constantly on YouTube. I've watched my brother watch the most brain rot YouTube I've ever seen. It is the dumbest shit, and it's like adults doing it. They are adults making brain dead content because they know their target market.
Mm.
They know that children will just watch this shit, not even understanding what's going on, but it's
brightly colored.
Yep.
It's sounds, things happening.
They're saying silly things that are like, they're just dumb.
It's very, very shallow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, shallow is a great word.
But that's all it needs to be.
Right.
Shallow is all you need.
And shallow does not come with decisiveness.
Yeah, shallow. And if you're, where does that stop? That's where the real fear starts to set in.
Where does what stop?
So when I worked at IHOP, and sometimes at Olive Garden, you would just see kids on tablets nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one time where I seen a kid get a little loud, and then he was handed the tablet, and he started to shut up. It's like, okay, you're 5 or 6 now. What are you gonna be like when you're 10? If you're just every time something disrupts you or bothers you, you run to a bright screen that you can hold in your lap and watch whatever you want. And then what are you going to be like when you're 15, 16? What are you going to be like as an adult?
When you're starting to get more emotional.
Yeah.
Because you're going through puberty and you're
going to be fucked.
Yeah, you won't know how to handle that. And that's on the parents. That's because the parents aren't emotionally stable. That's because they are not decisive. They're not like, what's the best course of action here? They're like, what's going to get me out of this situation with the least amount of effort?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to put any time into their kid crying because that's annoying. Nobody wants to deal with a fussy child.
Yeah,
there's nothing fun about that.
Very annoying.
So they're looking for the out, instead of taking responsibility for the human being that they've created.
Mm-hmm.
And it's driving more and more weakness.
They don't even know what a human being is.
No.
They've done no due diligence.
They just fuck raw, and then
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I guess I'm pregnant now. Oh, shit, my baby daddy's a piece of shit. I guess I'll just... I'm a strong woman.
I think the only way that you can know what a human being really is if you study history. I think that's the only way. Because then you can have a very... What is it? Eye perspective? What is that word? What's the word? It's like a bird-like perspective. Bird's eye view.
Yeah.
You have a bird's eye view on all the times that war disrupted in humanity, and you can look at why, and then you find out a lot of the time it was because of religion, and then you're like, oh, that's what I am? I'm a thing that gets mad about shit that I can't even prove exists?
Religion and things that I don't have.
Resources, yeah, like oil.
Whatever I want.
Yeah. As long
Now I'm mad because you have it and
yes,
I want it.
If this society does not have something that you want, or one society accidentally even if it was an accident, I don't know how you could accidentally do this, but if you accidentally kill someone else's fucking leader, they're coming for you.
Yeah.
There has to be a price to be paid. But now we're being bred through technology and abundance of content. Kids can look up whatever they want. The internet is all encompassing. They can look up whatever they want.
A 5-year-old could find its way to porn.
Easy. TikTok is porn.
Oh, yeah.
TikTok is just porn. You will find porn on TikTok.
And this is the other thing. And most adults don't even realize this. And I only know that's fact. I will say that is a fact.
What?
That most adults do not understand the algorithm of the internet.
Which is crazy.
It is new still.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I don't... This feels conceited to say, but I don't understand how people don't get it. Because it's not... Life is not realistically the same thing over and over again.
Bunch of different things happening.
Yeah, life is ever changing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're on the internet and you only see the same 5 things every single day, that's not real. That's the algorithm. That's the algorithm putting the same 5 things in front of you. That's why I won't watch videos that mention Diddy's name. That's why I won't like things that talk about Black Lives Matter. That's why I don't follow people that are utilizing Free Palestine, because it's just blowing my feet up with stuff that's not necessarily real. I'm not going to say all of it is fake, because I could use the algorithm to my advantage and be like, okay, I only want to see quotes.
Inspiring.
Yes, I want to be inspired by the internet. I don't want to be depressed by the internet.
Yeah, the internet is a tool. The internet's a tool, and you can use it however you'd like.
I forget where I was going with that.
Just how people don't see through it, the algorithms.
Yes, and then when you let your child get in the algorithm, they don't understand. They can't even logically make that make sense because they haven't even experienced life.
There's so much going on.
And then that is on you to, one, either make sure their algorithm is something healthy, or 2, get them the fuck off the internet.
Yeah.
I think a lot about my future.
Dude, I thought you were an overthinker.
I'm not. I'm logically thinking about my future.
Oh, fair.
I think about the kids I'm going to have and how I'm going to raise them and how I was raised and the things that I don't want to do and the things I do want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, my mom didn't let me have a phone until I was 13. And back then I'm like, fuck her, bro. All my friends have phones.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, what the fuck did I need a phone for?
Yeah.
Because once I got a phone, I started getting in trouble for it. I was doing things and saying things I shouldn't have been saying.
Fair.
Like, I'm a teenage boy.
Right, you're going to say some things.
And
just like any teenage boy has.
To be fair, my mom is invading my privacy in that aspect.
Reading your...
Yeah, she's reading every single text I send. Ever. And on her end, she's just trying to keep me safe because she thinks that's the best course of action because she's my mother.
Yeah.
And she's a worrier because all women are worriers.
Yep.
Unless they're super masculine. And I understand where she was coming from when she was doing that. However, if there was a man in our life that was leading us in the right direction, she wouldn't even have to do that. And if she did do that, I'm sure the man would be like, let the kid
be a boy.
Yeah.
Let him grow up.
Yes.
He'll figure it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
If she just coddled me my whole life, I'd be a pussy.
Yes.
And I was.
Yes. I get that.
For a long time. And then I started taking control of my own life, making decisions, making statements on myself, holding those statements to myself, and understanding what it's like to truly be myself. And then I just stopped being a pussy.
Yeah, you have to. It takes bravery to become brave.
Of course.
Seems like that's how everything works.
At least in the masculine world.
Yes.
You need women to get women. You need money to get money. You need success to get more success.
I like the brave one a lot.
Yeah, bravery is good.
You have to do something brave to become more brave.
You have to go into the unknown for it to be known. Otherwise...
And you might fall on your face.
Yes.
You really might. You
cannot,
probably will.
You cannot be... Well, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say you can't be scared of failure. You can be scared of failure. You just can't let it hold you back.
Yeah, you can't not try because you're scared of failure.
And if anything, failure is going to be the best lesson.
Yeah.
So, yeah, be scared of it, but jump into it anyways.
Yeah, that's literally what defines bravery.
Mm-hmm.
Bravery is only bravery if you're scared while you do it. It ceases to be bravery if there's no fear. Isn't that kind of remarkable?
Yeah.
Because how is it brave if you weren't scared?
It's like, why would we move on if we don't have women to fight over?
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds. And fighting over women doesn't even necessarily have to be we're fist fighting or we're shooting each other or whatever. It could be I'm just trying harder than you. I'm fighting the world every day to get the women over all the other men.
And I've heard this from you. I've heard this from other people. You've said this. Women bring peace.
Yes.
So what a woman does is she harmonizes the chaos in a man.
Yeah.
And so if there were no women, there would be no harmonizing of that chaos, and men would go fucking batshit crazy.
It's like the Rick and Morty episode where Morty gets the robot female pregnant.
Oh my god.
And then
that is so fucking silly.
They go to the planet that it's from, and it's just a barren wasteland of all the men fighting and killing each other.
Yes.
And then they drop a bunch of robot women into the society. They all fuck and then
chill.
Yeah. And then they're all
form
just like
societies.
Ugh. And then come to find out the women are all just fertilizing. Or wait. The women are having how do I word this?
What are you trying to say?
Like the women are sending out the robots to make sure that the race extends.
Yeah.
Because they understand that they still need the men.
Yes.
But they've separated themselves, and now the men are just animalistic baboons.
Yes.
They don't have any logical thinking. They just think fucking fight.
Yeah, because they're so testosterone. Like, there's nothing.
There's no estrogen.
Yes.
None.
They're just like.
And that's not healthy. It's not healthy to just have all one or all the other. You need testosterone. You need estrogen.
Yeah.
To balance out.
Where would estrogen go without testosterone?
And where would testosterone go without estrogen?
Testosterone, I have a more clean-cut answer because, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. But from my own experience, I can guess what it would be like.
Testosterone would skyrocket.
Oh, yeah, it would be.
Estrogen would deplete.
It would only be testosterone communicating with testosterone. It would be a very violent, probably violent, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. And
boring.
It goes the same
at
with.
The same time?
Oh, yeah. It goes the same with when it comes to sex between men and women. Men are releasing and women are getting filled.
True.
And that makes a lot of sense with testosterone and estrogen.
Mm-hmm.
Men need to release their testosterone or they will go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And women need to be filled with estrogen to sit more in a comfortable place of less boredom.
Less, women want a companion.
Of course.
Obviously, a man does too. But the difference is a woman wants to be claimed.
Yeah.
I don't think a man wants to be claimed.
No.
I think a woman wants to be claimed.
So it's crazy because my brother's gay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like watching, and their relationship is interesting to me because I would expect them to fight a lot. But I think my brother is so passive.
Mm-hmm.
He's very feminine. So, and I don't know the dynamic of their relationship realistically. I'm just from what I've seen. But his boyfriend is really quiet, but very like, I don't know what he would be like in a high stress situation. I've never seen them in that environment before.
Does he seem stoic?
He comes off that way. But I don't know. It's weird because I don't genuinely know where they're coming from in their relationship because I don't get to hang out with them that often.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see them, they're in like public setting. But I've never heard Peyton complain about them fighting all the time. I've literally never seen them fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like they have a pretty decent balance of who's sitting in what position.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's healthy in any relationship.
Polarity.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Masculinity and femininity are polarity.
Mm-hmm.
And for polarity to be prevalent, you need both. And if you don't have both, it's boring.
Yeah,
no one's having fun.
Yeah, it's one-sided.
No one is having fun in that situation. If I had a girl that just did every single thing I ever told her to do and she never thought for herself in any way, I would get bored.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't even have to say anything.
Yeah.
I would just stop worrying about her, and that's not fun for me. That's not fun for her.
And then what would be the opposite? What if you were only gung-ho on being the boss?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if I was the boss all the time.
Oh, yes.
There would be no polarity. But also, if I just submitted to everything that she said and she was the boss all the time, there would really be no polarity.
Yeah, at least not for you specifically.
Yeah, she would still be getting excitement, but she wouldn't even be enjoying it.
A man can embody something feminine, and a woman can embody something masculine.
True.
Okay. I'm glad that we can agree on that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the polarity in it. If women can't even understand masculinity in any way,
yeah,
they can't even be feminine for that.
Yeah.
They have to know what's going on. We
True.
have to know what's going on.
They have to see where they need to be.
Yeah, if men, which most men don't, because of the narrative right now, if men don't understand women, less women come around.
True.
It's harder for women to be like, yeah, I wanna hang around that guy. He doesn't get me.
Yeah.
Like, what girl's gonna say that?
Yeah, I could not imagine a girl saying that out loud.
And men that are like simping think they know what women want because that's what women say, but they don't say what they want. They say things that might lead you to what they want.
Yeah, they're kind of beating around the bush.
They are, what is the word?
I love the term. I've been using this term. I fucking love this term. Pussyfooting.
Oh, yeah, pussyfooting is a good word.
I love that term.
Dude, when they're doing stuff like that, they are, dude, I can't think of the word I'm trying to use.
I have no idea. Dude, just be smarter.
Yeah. Sorry. That's my bad. Women would
think-
hate me right now.
True, dude.
I'm not being very decisive.
Yeah, you can't even decide, bro.
What was the statement before that? I lost my train of thought because I was thinking
I
too hard
remember
about
we were
it.
talking about if men were always in charge and women, and then that he. I love
okay,
that he doesn't
okay.
get me.
Women will dance around the real problem
Mm.
until you figure it out because women don't want to lead you to the problem. They want to be led to the solution.
Yeah, they want you to figure it out.
And when they do things that are pissing you off, it's usually plucking at your own
Inadequacies?
Yes, inadequacy is a great word. They are trying to get you to wise up to what's going on
Fair.
because you're being ignorant.
And they don't want to just hand it to you.
No, because if they just handed men everything they wanted, all the women would get fucked and they would get nothing out of that.
Yes.
They would get absolutely nothing. What they get out of getting fucked is, I'm getting fucked by the best guy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to just fuck every single man they've laid eyes on because
Mhm.
not every single man is worth fucking.
Most of them are not.
Men, on the other hand, would fuck anything.
Oh, yeah. Anything with a heartbeat.
Yeah, and it's like, that's the difference in that dynamic. So it's important for men.
And women know that.
Yes. That's why they can utilize it to their advantage.
Yeah, women
That's why
know.
OnlyFans is a thing. That's why porn is a thing. That's why any sexually
It's a market.
stimulated area is catered to men specifically because men will just fuck anything. They just like pussy.
Yeah. I'm not fucking a 2
Right.
or a 3
And
or a 4. Maybe a 5.
if they put you in a position to figure it out, it shows your value of your decision-making skills,
Mm-hmm.
your analytical skills, because the world doesn't just present you with problems with the answer right in front of you. You have to figure it out.
Yes, that is certain.
And so if you didn't have to figure anything out, you would just be weak.
Yeah, I think right now, as a time in our lives, is a very good example
Oh, yeah.
of having the world's not just going to hand it to you.
Nope.
You got to figure it out yourself.
We are literally put in a position where we don't, I was going to say we don't have help, but that's not necessarily all true.
Yeah, we have some good help here.
It's like our moms have been pretty helpful.
Yes.
We've been helpful to each other.
Yes.
Keenan and Alyssa have been helpful,
Very.
but they're only helpful because we're trying really hard. They're not helping us because they're like, well, I guess they're just not capable, so I'll have to pay their way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they'll be able to do it on their own.
And I'm sure there's some stem of that coming from our moms.
Probably right now, yeah.
Right, because we don't have a lot of testimonials. Well,
We're getting there.
yeah. I mean, if I told my mom we were doing a podcast and then we did 2 episodes and then didn't do another one for like 3 months, how realistic is it that we're doing a podcast?
Yes. Dude, and the clips are getting...
Oh, yeah.
The clips are making motion.
Yes, bro.
Dude, we are consistently getting comments on every reel that we make.
Yeah, dude, did you see Keaton's brother commented on
Yes.
that?
Have him write a Christmas song.
Yeah.
Mad Dog Christmas song would be nuts. And then this, bro.
Oh, yeah.
All the comments about atheism.
Yeah.
Dude, I think the nice bait mate guy removed his comment because it's gone.
Whack.
But yeah, either way, we're making our rounds on TikTok and Instagram, and we're not going anywhere.
And if... Do you think... So, would you say that fear is a tool to be utilized
Mm.
if you want to be successful.
Yes. I would totally say that.
Because there is a very small part of me at this point, because I've pretty much knocked this out of myself. But it's like, what if somebody says something really terrible about me in the comments?
Mm.
And it's like, that's a fear that I had to overcome at first. Like I said, I don't even think about it now. But at first I had to address that in myself and be like, how would I react
Yeah.
if people say that to me on the internet, and then I make music and people start talking shit?
Yep.
Of course. I
Yep.
knew it was coming. And I just play into it.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Like, especially when they're witty.
Yeah.
Like, somebody called me fucking Lil Dicky ordered off of Wish.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, bro, I respect that. That was fucking funny.
Yeah, you didn't just say it because it's an easy.
Yeah, like you had to think of that. You
Yeah.
can't just be like, all right, Lil Dicky.
Yeah.
Like, that's not funny to me.
That's not creative.
Yes.
It's a generic white rapper.
Yeah.
Is literally where they're headed. God, people are so obsessed with dismissing like that. It's
Yep.
crazy.
It's easy.
I'll be the American Gandhi. I'll hold that.
It's so easy to dismiss people because you don't have to put any thought into it.
Yeah, it's just judgment.
You can just be like, yeah, whatever, get out of my face.
Yeah, you're not to be taken seriously.
Don't care.
And we've experienced a lot of that. We experienced a lot of that in Columbus. And I know I've talked about this with Seth. Seth hasn't really been saying this as much as he used to, but if I'm being completely honest, I am very content with having the last laugh. That is fine by me. I am more than okay with putting in the work that I know for a fact I'm willing to put in and getting in the position that I have been saying for so long that I'm going to be in, and everybody being like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, you're just a blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like under my breath like, hey, they'll be coming back.
Yeah, they'll get it one day.
They'll be back. They'll be texting me. I know they will.
Mm-hmm.
They will be missing this because they will not realize that they skirted over a gym.
They're willing to dismiss you in the position that you're in right now, and then that's gonna hurt them in the long run because at a certain point you won't be able to be dismissed.
Yeah, it'll be impossible.
And then they're gonna be like, okay, I dismissed the undismissible.
Yes.
If that's even a word.
I think it is.
And then they're gonna feel stupid.
And they're gonna reach out.
They're gonna eat their own words.
Yep.
And then they're gonna have to sacrifice their ego to reach out to you and be like, yeah, I was wrong.
Because the pros outweigh the cons.
Yep.
Because if they message me and I reply and I take them seriously and I want to link up with them, then there's a world of opportunity for them now just because they have my contact information.
Yeah, I was thinking about it last night. I was like, dude, these girls would love to be in a music video with us.
Yeah.
They would love that. It gives them so much clout. That's why they did what they did on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, okay, I see what's happening. Everybody is listening to these guys. Everybody at the party. Even if they weren't in there. And then it's proven even harder by fucking Dexter and his victim coming in late after trying to take the aux because they don't want to be a part of the podcast, and then they realize how many people are a part of the podcast are part of the podcast, and they're laughing and having a good time, and we're yelling and being rambunctious. And they're like, what's going on?
I want to check it out now.
And then they come in and they're like, I'm on the podcast now.
That's a great analogy, or it's symbolically relevant to what's going to happen long term.
Yep.
People are going to start messaging us.
They can't ignore it.
No, they can't.
It's too loud.
It's doing great.
Yeah.
I'm willing to keep putting in the work, and honestly, I think that was a taste once again.
Of course.
I love that life is just giving us tastes left and right because it helps keep us motivated.
Yeah, it's
on the right track.
Keeping the drive up.
Yes.
And that's important if we want to keep going. And the only reason we're reaping those benefits is because we're really trying. We're not just saying we're trying. We're not half-assing. We are really trying. And so we are getting the taste.
Yeah, we're showing up and putting the work in.
Because it's like,
every day.
Hey, bro, keep trying this, and this is what you're going to get out of that. And the more and more tastes we get, the more and more abundant they will be.
Yes, bro. And I would love to, this girl says that she parties like every week.
Fuck,
every weekend.
Dude, I'd party every weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be tough.
Yeah, it would be tough.
It would be so tough to... Give me a month.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I would still go to a party, but bro, I don't know.
Yeah, I was telling
It'd be so tough.
Seth this last night. The more and more you're willing to be around it, the harder and harder it is to say no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
That's why I don't want to hang out with people that do coke.
Yeah.
I don't want to hang out with those people because the more and more I'm around it, the more and more it's just like, yeah, I guess it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I'm willing to accept that.
I'm just around it.
Yeah, why? If I'm around it, then I'm willing to accept it.
I wonder if they do coke. Or if they have.
I could see Kendall doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think Allie's done that though.
I did say I would fuck a girl that was on coke.
She said that she's done shrooms though.
No, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that at all.
Dude, last night we were talking and I was talking about my teeth. And she was like, yeah, she was like, I don't get cavities, but the only problem I've ever had is like vaping made my gums sensitive and I chipped a tooth. So one of them's fake. And I was like, vaping made your gums sensitive and you still vape? And then she was like, well, I'm quitting.
That's what they all say.
Yeah. I was like, I'll believe it when I see it. But the direction that the vaping is going, it seems like, is not very often. It's nothing like the last girl I was with.
Vaping is just always a variable.
Vaping is another thing that is on the internet that's cool, that everybody does, so kids will just vape.
I'm so glad I never did that shit.
Dude.
Never vaped.
How is it that we grow up in a society where cigarettes are so prevalent and our generations are like, cigarettes are stupid, they're terrible for you. We see all the older people that are just can't go without it. They look way older than they are. They're way unhealthy. And then kids start vaping.
Yeah.
And then they're now the parents. So all of their kids vape. Just like all the kids that were growing up around cigarettes were more likely to smoke cigarettes because they were accessible to it. And I guarantee you that vaping is stemmed from the same companies that made cigarettes. I've not looked into that. That might be a claim that's not true, but I could see that being the case.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it. If it's just another market under the same, if it's a strategy.
Dude, consumerism is all the same big entities.
The Cokes, the Pepsis.
Yes, we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
It's all the same entity.
The agendas.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
Apple, Windows, Android, they're all, huge.
And they run other things.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pepsi owns, like, fucking, what is the chip? It's not Pringles, is it? I don't remember. Whatever chip it is. Lay's. They own Lay's. So, yeah, but it's a different logo.
Yep.
It's a
different company.
Different name, but it's owned by the same people.
And they do that because people are not going to buy a million things by Pepsi.
Yeah, so
it's not enticing enough.
Yeah, it gives them a sense of variety.
Yes,
Makes
it's
them
novel.
feel like they have more. Yeah. Like, oh, it's a buffet. It's like, well, it's all Pepsi, but yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy the amount of brainwash that goes into consumerism.
Yeah.
It's very feminine to get brainwashed.
It's emasculating to be brainwashed.
Yeah, because you're not thinking for yourself at that point.
Yeah.
You're being led instead of leading. You're not choosing things because it's the right decision. You're choosing things because that's what everybody's doing and that's what everybody's telling you to do.
Yeah.
You want the bright colored thing. You want
the tablet.
Dude, I confronted my siblings.
Oh yeah.
While we were at the bowling alley, Kanan is back and forth. He brought $20.
Mm-hmm.
And he spent it basically all on the little coin machines that you turn.
Mm-hmm.
You just get little knickknacks. For example, he got me this.
Oh, you got your little dragon.
Yeah, he got me a dragon,
Oh, cool.
which I appreciate.
You confront him for getting you a dragon?
No. The same machines were giving out candy. And him and Carter are just plowing through the candy.
Damn.
And I'm like, dude, you guys have had enough. We're literally about to eat. You guys don't need candy right now. And we got in the car and I was like, y'all got to stop eating candy. It's terrible for you. And
What'd
I
they
know that they didn't really say anything.
Oh.
I was like, I know that Rob and Mom allow you to do that because they eat candy. But you guys should really take it upon yourselves to stop eating candy.
Mm.
You're going to eat less because of it.
That's an interesting way to talk to a child that most people would not do.
I'm trying to treat them like human beings.
Definitely.
Kanan can think for himself, but he's very attuned to just being told what to do because that is the narrative. He just has to sit down and shut up and listen to everything that everybody says.
Yeah.
Because he's a child. What the fuck would he know? That's not the case. Kanan's smart. And so I'm trying to treat him like he's intelligent and that he can handle the things that I'm saying to him. Like, it's
an interesting take.
And I am also not one to really be like, yo, you got to be quiet. Carter was getting excitable while we were bowling.
From the candy?
I don't even think it was that. He's just excitable because he's having a great time.
Mm.
And we're competing.
Mm-hmm.
On the way there, I'm like, who's going to win? And Carter's like, I am. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And then he bowls, and he bowls well, and he's like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He's like doing stuff like that. And Riley's like, stop screaming. And, you know, I'm almost like sideways feeding into it.
The screaming?
Yeah, not so much the screaming, but what he's doing. Like how excitable he's getting, the competitiveness in him. I'm trying not to dampen that in him.
Yeah, he should have that.
Because it's important for him to be excited. He should be having a good time. That's why we're here.
Yes.
And I know that if he was with my mom and Rob, that they would be like, Carter, stop screaming. I'm like,
Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. We're back.
I am trying to not dampen their experience in life because my experience in life was dampened a lot when I was a child.
Mm.
Because I have ADHD and because I'm loud and because, of course, you're asking me to sit for 8 hours.
Yeah.
I'm fucking 9.
Yeah, no way.
Why are you expecting that? I'm going to be rambunctious. I have so much energy. I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me alive. And instead, we want to suck all the energy out of children, and then when they grow up, they're relying on coffee and energy drinks to get their energy so that they can sustain through the day.
Yes.
Not even the week, the day.
Yes, the day by day.
And I just don't think that's healthy. I think recess should be longer.
PE should be longer?
Yes. And maybe just for boys.
I don't know.
Because I don't think that girls have the same kind of energy level. I don't think they need to output energy in the same way.
Play.
Yeah, like my brothers, they want to wrestle with me. They want to. I like walk up to them and I'm like, ugh. You know, and it's crazy because my mom one time told me that. So the ones that my mom adopted, my siblings, one of them was getting in trouble a shit ton.
Mm.
And she was like talking to a therapist about how to stop that because she just doesn't know what to do about it because she's tried punishing him. That doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because he has no way of releasing energy whatsoever. None.
From sitting in a chair all day.
Yeah, you got to sit in a chair all day.
Listen.
Yeah,
be,
you can't
be quiet.
you can't be talking, you can't be rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
And the therapist was like, you should let them, you should, like, Rob should wrestle with them. Like, get physical with them. Because it lets them exert that energy.
Yeah, they have a lot.
Jordan Peterson has said that.
Mm-hmm.
He said that they should be faced with things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like holding them upside down and, like, fucking with them.
Yes. They love it.
Yeah.
They're built for it.
And
the school system, not built for it.
No. It's to dampen that.
To domesticate.
To indoctrinate.
Yes. Sit down, shut up, get on this leash.
Don't even question it.
Yeah.
Don't think about anything.
This is what everyone does. What do you mean? I did it, so you got to do it.
Don't think about anything other than the things I want you to think about.
Yeah. This is math. You have to learn math. This is history. You have to learn history. Exactly how we teach it. This is how you're going to learn.
Dude, we don't teach human psychology growing up.
Facts.
I think I had psychology in high school.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I did not.
I don't think I had to take it.
I don't even think we had an option to take it.
But it's 1 year. That's it.
That's dope.
Yeah, if I even cared about it.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't understand anything about it. Nothing about it was like intriguing to me because up to that point, nowhere in my life was somebody like, you need to understand how your brain works.
Yeah.
You need to understand your emotions. You need to understand where other people could be coming from. Nobody's teaching me that. So then I get there and I'm like, this is stupid.
Yeah, this makes no sense. How am I supposed to take this in?
So I'm just fucking off.
Yeah.
I'm like, whatever, I'll just fucking cheat, get my way through.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention in high school at all. It wasn't until after high school that I started finding the things that I actually wanted to learn about.
Right.
And then I had YouTube and I can just look up whatever I want.
And that's where, the internet is good.
Yeah, I agree.
The internet has taught me so much. I have so much access to so much information that I want to find. And now I just get that information regularly because I've developed my algorithm to want that information.
Yeah, I have all kinds of psychology, philosophy,
Right.
religious stuff popping up in my YouTube feed all the time because that's what I go down.
Right. It's like I have a plethora of beats being suggested to me
Oh, yeah, I bet.
because my YouTube was utilized for finding music.
I damn sure bet. Damn, this was about masculinity.
True.
We talked a lot about masculinity, though.
Yeah, I feel like not all of it was literally centered around what masculinity is, but a lot of things that we're talking about was stemming from masculinity. Like me confronting my brothers is masculinity. I'm trying to instill masculinity in them.
True.
I'm trying to get them to think for themselves. I'm trying to be like, bro, you can't just eat candy all the time. That's not how life works.
Sharpen their competitive instinct.
Yeah,
Their discipline.
I'm letting Carter be competitive.
Mm-hmm.
I'm letting Kanan be competitive. But I'm also holding a frame. I'm still in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Because they need guidance. Like, Kanan's going back and forth. And I'm like, bro, if you're playing, you're playing. Like, come over here and play.
Mm-hmm.
Wash your hands before you eat because you're touching the bowling balls that a million people have touched.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not thinking about those things. They're just like, I want to do this. I want to do this. They're impulsive.
I wasn't thinking about
Children
that when
are
I was a
impulsive.
kid. Yeah.
But the more and more stability you instill in them,
Mm-hmm.
the less impulsive they become. But everybody's just like, put them on ADHD medication.
Yes.
They're too impulsive.
Give them a tablet.
It's like, that's not helping.
No, it's dampening something that you can't just get rid of.
You're crutching their ability to attack that on their own.
Mm-hmm.
If I was just given Dude, last night, I couldn't go to sleep. I didn't smoke yesterday.
Oh.
I was making it a point. I've smoked every day. I've had this cough going on. I'm like, okay, my lungs need a break.
Fair. How do you feel today?
I feel better.
Fair.
I'm still in the, like, should I smoke today? Should I wait another day? But I haven't decided yet. But either way, last night I'm laying in bed, and I'm like, dude, maybe I should just smoke, like, help myself go to bed. I'm like, no, bro. You're just, no, bro.
No, bro. What time do you get to bed?
Like, fall asleep?
Yeah.
4 to 5, maybe.
Damn.
Yeah, which is why I was like,
No wonder you missed your alarm.
yeah. Which is crazy because the first time we did it, I barely got any sleep that day, too. But I woke up larging and charging. I don't know. I was just excited, I guess.
Yesterday?
No, the first episode that we
Oh,
did.
yes. Because it was something new.
Mm-hmm.
It was novel. I mean, it still is novel.
Yeah.
This is only the third episode.
It's not that I wasn't excited, but I was also willing to take the cop out.
Right.
We were both on the wave of like, well, if you don't want to do, like, I won't.
Well, today?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to make the point of I'm down.
Right.
That was the point I was trying to make, but I do hear you. I was very much, if you're down, I'm down.
Yeah, and there was like a part of me that was down, obviously.
Yeah, or else we wouldn't be here.
But I was willing to take the out if it was presented to me.
Yeah, I didn't want to just give it a clean cut out.
Because you were putting it all on me.
Yeah.
Essentially, it was like, all right, well, if you don't want to do it, then we won't do it. And it's like,
fair.
all right, so if it's on me, I guess I need to stop being a little bitch.
I was up though. That was my thing. I wasn't planning on going back to bed.
Fair. And
I guess I could have held that.
you know, I woke up and was like, fuck, dude. It's past 9. It was 9:30. And I'm just like, yeah, well, David's not awake. I should have already been up, but now we're late, so what difference does it make when we start?
Mm-hmm.
And then I literally had the thought, like, you're just being a little bitch.
Mm.
I'm just being a pussy because I want to go back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I fall asleep. And I wake up again, and I'm like, fuck. It feels like shit.
I get it. It feels, it makes you feel powerless.
Yeah. It feels like I don't have control over my sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I can't just get up because I know I need to get up.
Yeah, my sleep was really weird last night. I went to bed a little early, and then woke up, stayed up for a few hours because I couldn't get back to sleep, and then eventually fell back to sleep. I don't know what time it was when I fell back to sleep.
Fair.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, so would you say you're ready to wrap this up?
I would say. So would you say you have any closing statements about masculine to feminine or masculinity?
I think the dynamic is important. I think the narrative that we're all equal in every aspect is cap.
Yeah.
And it's not healthy for anybody. Nobody's happy about it. Whether they're standing on it or not, they're just genuinely not happy because either they're standing so hard on it that they're mad all the time because it's impossible to defend,
Mm-hmm.
or they're getting berated by it because they don't agree with it and they're not happy because that sucks. So
I would agree.
I think it's important to understand the dynamic and the difference.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of large differences that people don't want to admit.
I feel that.
A lot of things. This has been SWYS,
Yeah.
episode 3.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.